Sir.
Welcome everyone to today's episode of the Old School Cannabis Project with myself, Blue Skies, and Smoke Law Rich. And we've got a guest today. I'm pleased he's joined us. We've got Jester 420 from Instagram. So thanks for joining us, Taylor.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on.
No problem, man. Appreciate you coming on. You've been a long time supporter. I've noticed you following a long time, and you've been growing my genetics for a little while. So, just thought it'd be nice to get you on to hear your testimony, your experiences of the stuff you've grown from our packs in your time. How long have you been following me, man? When did you start sort of like seeing
Ooh,
me on Instagram?
I'd say around 2018, 2019.
Oh wow, super early then. Thanks,
Yeah,
man. I appreciate
yeah,
that.
absolutely, man.
So yeah, that was when I was first making the seeds then, yeah?
Mhm.
Did
Yes,
you
sir.
see those polytunnels?
I did. I don't have a really good memory of them, but I do remember you putting them up there and showing them, and I thought that was wild. But yeah.
Yeah, well that's cool, man. So you're super early days. Because I've had like so many accounts across the years. But yeah, that was when I pretty much first joined Instagram, and think I just documented how I made those first seeds and those two polytunnels. And showing all those really cool. I mean, there's some really cool content back then. It's a shame, like, idiots snitched up those accounts, and I didn't have the content backed up. Like, I was back stuff up now. I've learned from that, obviously, but back in the day, I was still naive to all the little scumbags out there. So I'd lose some accounts and like lose content as well. But I do remember saying to people that it's going to be like a living 1985 seed bank catalogue, and that is how it looked. I remember it was such nice plants as I was growing back then when I made those the Boss Pack and the Turp Town tickets. Well, it's cool. It's cool that you were around back then, bro. I do appreciate all the people from early back in the day, man, that have stuck with me all this time.
Oh, yes, sir. That's why I don't understand these people coming out with all this hate. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you hating on? Like, you don't have it, like you didn't discover it. Like, what the hell? I don't understand these people calling you a clown and shit when they're just clowning on themselves, showing their ignorance. But anyway, yeah, it's
Well,
sad, you know.
yeah, it's like I was thinking along those lines today, man. I've been down the beach today. It's a super nice day over here for fucking once in a long time. The weather's been absolute shit up until like literally this week. We had a nice day earlier last week, or this in the past 7 days, and like today is nice. But up until then, man, we've just had the shittest weather in the UK. But anyway, I was out on the beach today, just having a nice walk and thinking as you do. And I was like thinking, really now, after 4 years or 5 years even now of being on Instagram, it's about time actually these fucking cunts started giving some apologies, not just like any debate about, oh, Blue Sky's got skunk. Yeah, Blue Sky's been putting out skunk for like 5 fucking years now, and I'm still here, and people are still showing their skunk every single day. Anybody who's ever talked shit about me now really should be apologizing, or I don't know what. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's been
yeah.
so many shit talking fucking idiots, like from every unknown little bum that you've got one post on Instagram, right up to well-known fucking people in the cannabis community and breeding fucking scene type thing, all talking
Hmm.
shit from all levels across Instagram. But facts are facts now. You've got to be utterly fucking retarded to like try and continue denying that I've got a skunk. I mean, it makes me laugh at this point. It's just really bizarre. It's bizarre. You've got to be some like real, just low intelligence. What is what? How can you explain or describe or define anybody who's still out there now, 5 years on, of daily fucking proof on all my 45 Instagram accounts of people finding skunks, hazes, this, that, and the other, It's
Hmm.
crazy. It just makes you wonder what caliber of human being or you'd actually like dealing with. Like, what are you dealing with out there? These idiots.
Oh yeah, like the lowest of the low. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if they got time to hate like that, I don't understand what they're doing with their lives anyway, even if they go to the plants. But anyway, it's just sad. Especially when,
Yeah,
like you
man.
said, you put out different varieties of skunk too. So it's not like, oh, he's only, whatever. Like, if they were trying to talk some shit, like, oh, he's like Sam, he's only got one skunk and it's raunchy skunk, and there's all these others, and it's like, well, yeah, bro, but like, I got the eucalyptus skunk. I've sent you photos of that. That thing's rocking.
Yeah.
It's getting fucking huge. It's outpacing just about everything except the haze. Um, so yeah, I don't know what they're on about, man. But yeah, it's just funny and sad at the same time, obviously. But it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's get to me now. It's just sort of getting weird. I've gone through so many phases of it, a lot of which I expected on some level, but like also like
Right.
actually some of the fucking depths of retardation you see out there is like not like did you not even expect it? You couldn't even imagine it.
Right.
There's
For
some
sure.
real fucking idiots out there, man. Real
For
fucking
sure.
like high grade idiots out there that you've got to feel
Absolutely.
sorry for. And I
Oh
also
yeah.
got to, just for my own sake, I just got to forgive them, and just like
Absolutely.
just forgive these idiots because we're just for they're just mental. So it's just baffling. Sometimes I'm speechless by some of these clowns I see out there. So I don't know. I think just like that's it. Just forgive the fuckers, block them, and forget about them and move on. You
Yep.
can't. You
That's all you
can't.
can do, brother.
Yeah, yeah. That's all you can do for your own fucking sanity. Like we can't like just deal with these idiots. So think about them too much. Do you know what I mean? And when I do think about it, it's generally like now when we're laughing about it. There's just some nutcases out there. It's like what level of fucking retard you have to be now in 2024 trying to deny that? Oh my word, it's just I struggle for words for it. Honestly, I really do. It's just that's the phase and stage I'm in with it all. I've gone through all the stages of like every stage of whatever of like being going through this shit with idiots to the point now I'm just baffled that there are people that there's no explanation for it. Just I can't keep on waffling myself trying to put it into words or define shit. I can't. I think it's just at this point. I don't know. I can't forget it and move on. It's a world. It's the times we live in. It's the times we live in. Let's put it down to that. We live in crazy times. The world is fucked. Most of America is on some form of fucking medication. I think there's a lot of fucking heavily medicated fools out there. I think that's some of the people. They sound like they're off their meds to me sometimes. They're some crazy ass motherfuckers out there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can see
know.
that, especially in America. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. Fuck no, it's just times we live in. But anyway, man, at least this shows about the good people out there like yourself. The normal individual who can buy a pack of blue skies Vienna seeds, grow them, and not lose his shit about it.
Yeah. I mean, this is what we were doing was growing weed here, not having a pissing contest. But yeah, yeah, you find something that's good and you keep it and you rep it. I don't know. It's not rocket science here. I'm not the smartest, but I'm apparently not off my rocker like some of these fucks. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like when you feel bad about yourself, just look around and it's like, oh, okay, I'm doing all right. I'm cool. I'm doing good.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's what I mean. You've got to feel sorry for me. That's what it is. Uh,
Absolutely. You know,
a lot of
'cause-
people have just got to live with themselves, isn't it? That's all I can say.
yep,
I'm just glad I'm not them. Can't imagine what it's like to be them.
yep,
Feel sorry for the
exactly.
poor fuckers and then just fucking move on, man.
Yes, sir. That's about it.
It depends like how evil their level of intent is towards me, Jerry. That's how
Oh
I,
yeah,
I
yeah,
put it. There might be
yeah.
some people worthy of some fucking form of
Forgiveness or
whatever.
whatever, but yeah, but
But
some
there's just
people
so many
it's a
idiots out there that I just can't be bothered anymore. You know,
absolutely.
the internet gives everybody a voice, man, and there's fucking millions of idiots out there, and they all got a voice.
Yep, yep. And they say dumb shit and nobody gets punched in the face for it anymore. But yeah.
But tell me about the first set of seeds you grew from the Tip Town Cigarettes, bro. What did you find in there?
So we got first off we got blueberry haze, then we got a skunk haze, and then an RKS from the Turk Towns.
Hmm.
And since then I've got a bunch of the newer gear, the new line that you just put out this year. Most of that. I think everything except the Chinese lizard one. I, I'm pretty sure, but
Really?
that's on the list. Yeah, that's on the list to get. Sure.
Oh well, man, you can have that for free for sure.
Well, appreciate that, brother. But yeah, so far we've got a eucalyptus skunk from the new line, a raunchy skunk.
Oh, how's
Uh,
that doing for you?
Raunchy skunk, it's really short. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna take some clones off it and then try to get it bigger next round. But this round will basically just be like a tester to see what it can deal with.
So this
And
is the
then
first time flowering it?
yep, yes sir.
Oh,
Yep,
sweet, sweet.
yep. I've
Because
got
what I've seen so far is super nice, man. So hopefully
oh
you
I'm
found an equally nice expression.
yes sir. I'm excited for that one for sure. Just to bring that around and show people like, hey, check this out, like, and then also whip out the eucalyptus skunk that's getting huge. It's about as big as a hedge. It's in a 15-gallon pot. So we're doing pretty good.
Sheesh.
Doing pretty good. That one's gonna put off some weight for sure. I've got two of those. Well, two different phenos, one real small and then one that giant one. And yeah, it's exciting every time I go down there. It seems like it's getting bigger. So I'm pretty stoked on that one. See what the terps are like and really help the airways clear that shit out. And I'm a chronic smoker of chronic, so constantly coughing, hacking up shit. So it'd be nice to see what how medicinal that particular variety is for me,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely, bro. Come back on and tell us how you find it because that's what I've been thinking as well. Like, just how I've just been able to struggle fucking putting into words like some of the idiots you've got to deal with in the, let's say, the recreational side of things. I was thinking,
Oh yeah,
I need to fucking forget that clown world, and my genetics are super, super fucking medicinal, and I need to be getting them. I need to be linking up really with people. I don't want to be like linking up with Big Pharma, that's for sure. But I need to be
right.
linking up with people that are working with cannabis for medicinal purposes with genuine intent and good hearts doing real work, because, gelato ain't fucking it, for all
No
these people
sir.
that call themselves caregivers and, doing it for the patients. Well, you've got to stop growing all this bullshit I see you guys giving the patients, Medicine is in what my gene pool holds, So I want to.
Yep.
Yo, are you there? Rich, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me.
One sec. Yeah.
That needs to be my focus really going forward to do the most good with my genetics is to work with people in the medical community or industry or whatever and try and just get these genetics to people that are going to benefit the most from them, and
Hmm.
not have to give a fuck about just some absolute fucking retard in the back end of fucking nowhere in his mother's basement on his fucking mother's Wi-Fi fucking say about if I've got fucking RKS or not. You know what I mean? I need
Hmm.
to
Yes,
be.
sir.
That's not what these genetics were here for, and that's not my purpose in fucking life. I've got to benefit people. What I've got to do is, and what I've been trying to do is get them into the maximum amount of different people's and individuals' possession before these scum like Phylos and all that start patenting everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's right around the corner now, for sure.
Yeah, it's happening right now. I saw them little twats make a post, oh, they're back or whatever. I just posted fuck off to them this fucking week. You know, fucking Kevin Jodry and all these fucking cunts and copycat fucking with his CRISPR. All these cunts fucking with this plant and its genome and its fucking patenting all this. These motherfuckers are dangerous. This is dangerous times for the cannabis plant and for us who fucking love the
Absolutely.
plant. It's
Absolutely. Because how the
fucking
fuck can you own a plant, man? But they're gonna find a way. I mean, evil bastards.
these fuckers are doing it. There's already people out there right now posting about their patents on plants. I'm not going to fucking name them, but they're doing it.
Right. Yeah.
You might have seen them, you might not have. They're on Instagram. And then everybody knows about fucking Sam Skunkman, Dave Watson on IG trying to get on IC Magrava, trying to get everybody's fucking genetics.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I just saw that. It's like, come on, man. Just gonna fuck things up again. You know, if people let them have that shit, they're just going to be regretting that years down the line. It'll be too late all over again.
Yeah, a federal person like him is probably gonna fucking try to claim that they all came from skunk and try to claim ownership in a legal
Yep.
way.
Yep. And then fuck everything. Yep. And then fuck it all up on the back end.
Case you've got to.
So the high on the blueberry haze, it's excellent. It's a real clear head up, and then there's a little bit of a body high, but it's more clear head, and then it's really good for work. Just go get stuff done. Got to go down to the grow, do a bunch of stripping and defoliating and stuff. For up potting, that's my go-to. It hits all those boxes, man, and it's not too blurry in the brain where you're like, oh, I don't remember what I was doing, man. It's just real good focus weed, and it's perfect for getting stuff done.
Nice for the summer too.
Oh, absolutely, yes, sir. Good for going and doing anything outside.
I like those blueberry strawberry hazes. They're real nice, happy highs, like you say, just like gentle kind of, but happy, little euphoria to some of them. Yeah, I like it. And what was you say you had was it a skunk haze as well?
Yeah, yeah. I had a skunk haze. I just smoked on some of that actually. Some of the last little bit of that I had. Pretty good. Even on the terps, pretty skunk on the front and haze on the back.
Yeah, yeah,
Pretty
cool.
pretty enjoyable. Pretty enjoyable.
Uh,
Excuse me.
And your RKS, did you lose that? You said.
I did, yeah. The skunk haze and the RKS both didn't survive the re-veg. The blueberry haze did. Excuse me. But yeah, be popping more. I got the raunchy skunk from the new line of yours, and then we'll figure out something else for the what I got the Star 23.
Oh, cool, cool. That
So
is
yeah, I
looking
was gonna
very
say,
nice.
yeah, I was gonna say I'll be having a different instead of the haze, I'll have something different kind of an offering for everybody.
Yeah, that Star 23 is super nice, man. It's different. Yeah, that's what quite a few of my offerings have been from like my second release of seeds, I guess you could say. Second lot of work I've done. It's more like old timer one Smile. He had a creation back in the day called Smile, and it's just a really really beautiful high, really unique kind of candy terps. Um, but yeah, just really really super nice smoke, very nice. Uh, People called it Smile because it just obviously made them smile. They called it Prozac in the seed, just like whatever you smoke, it just made you feel better, made you feel happy.
Yeah,
So
awesome. I
super
can't wait.
anti-anxiety weed as well.
Excellent. That'll be perfect for me. Hell yeah. I'll definitely enjoy that when I get that to flower.
Yeah. Have you got the Rottenberry skunk smell?
I don't. Uh, I don't know. I had the sticky pink blueberry.
Yeah.
Um, hang on, I can tell you. Sticky pink, star 23. There it is. Raunchy skunk, blueberry, the sticky pink blueberry, and the star 23 are all coming up now. And then I got the eucalyptus skunk, and then the raunchy skunk, and then the blueberry haze growing right now.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, that skunk haze is sounding super nice and looking super nice from the people growing it. From and Star 23, super nice. I'm just really pleased if I'm seeing the blueberries been super nice. So yeah, you'll have to come back on and after you've harvested, man, and tell us about how the Star 23 turned out and the raunchy skunk. Because my friend in the UK growing it at the moment, he's just says it's like skunk meat at the moment. So it's how I was expecting it. That's what I call it, the raunchy, meaty, musky skunks. So it was a skunk haze, but giving off that more of the skunk expression, that meaty, raunchy skunk, rather than the hazed expression. So I put the actual. I had another skunk haze, but more haze dominant expression that I made, but I just put them all into the Medipack because it's super sativa and probably not most people's cup of tea. So I just like making these mix packs because it kind of forces people in some regard to experience things they wouldn't have done otherwise, you know. I feel like I'm doing them a favor ultimately. If they get a nice sativa dominant version of the skunk haze, that's good for them. So Taylor, why don't you like tell us your general experience from start to finish, I guess, with the genetics from when you first got the seeds right the way through to harvesting and smoking.
Absolutely. So when I got the seeds, I just old school germination technique. Just put them in paper towel, put them in a baggie, throw them down in the basement. Couple days, go back, check on them, see they all got tabs, tails coming out, but rather, and uh, and then just put them directly into little seed cells, little trays, and then from there, just wash them, pick the best, flip them to flower. So I grow in living soil. So I don't really have to feed a lot or mess around with any of that. I just basically let them do what they do and then pick the best, the winners, and then send those to veg. Um, Up pot those from the seed cells into about 1 gallon veg out for a little while down there, and then go flip them into put them into veg. So they go from that to a 15-gallon pot. And then that's where they stay for the remainder of their time. And they go from veg for a couple weeks. This last run was a little while, but the first run was a normal 3-week veg, and then flipping the flower. That took about 9.5 weeks for everything to finish out about the same. And from that run, it was blueberry haze, like I talked about, the uh, skunk haze, and then the RKS. And all those, the blueberry haze was the biggest, but fortunately, since it's that particular cut, it's a similar finishing time, so everything worked out great. And in comparison to like how they grew to other stuff, man, it's really not even like it's not even a close race. You guys, your stuff's just blowing other stuff away. The only stuff that can even hang is like a Jilly glue from Miss Jill, and that's because it's got every like old school thing, put together in that. So, but I mean, even still, there's just no comparison as far as how much bud you get off of one plant.
Tell us about that RKS, bro. What was that like? That particular plant you found?
Oh man, shoot,
Is that
was
female? Yeah.
yeah, it was all females. Yep, absolutely. I don't breed, I don't pollen chuck, I don't do anything like that. So all the males just get tossed. They get put into a compost pile and thrown out in the garden. But yeah, all females. I only had one of each. Yeah, one of each this run. Um, this past run rather. And then yeah, the RKS, man, awesome. Hard to even put to words because I smoke, like you always say, if it's the best one, I'm going to smoke through that first, and that's exactly what happened. So it's been gone for a while now. It didn't stay around very long. I shared it with my buddy a couple of times, and he didn't even get to sample it very much. But uh, so yeah,
So how did it
it
smell
stayed at
while
home.
living?
Oh, shoot, very I mean, very classic roadkill skunk. I mean, very kind of like not skunk number one, not bland, that's for sure. Pretty loud in your face. Real like I wouldn't say as raunchy as the raunchy one, but it's pretty up there. It's pretty foul.
Nice.
When it cured, it was a little bit less uh ridiculously foul, but you knew somebody had some killer in the room when you pop that jar open, and it was pretty over after that. Like you weren't going to be stealthy, that's for sure. Not like a gelato where you cover that up. Um, but yeah, the high on that was awesome. Very very up. Not obviously not as up as the blueberry haze or anything, but it had a nice body to it. Definitely killed a lot of the aches and pains, and while still making me be able to function. So I really appreciated that. That's but yeah, it's just kind of hard to remember now because it's been gone for about a month. I still have some blueberry haze, but yeah, that RKS is just it was too good. It was too good.
Yeah, sounds like a nice one, man. You'll find, like in the Tip Town tickets that and the Boss Pack, a range of different skunks.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I muted myself, my bad.
Okay,
And
bet.
I was just saying, you'll find like a range of different skunks, you know, and like sometimes the smell will lessen after harvest. Sometimes it go the reverse and intensify after harvest. But for me, the important thing most is the effects, man, the high that you get after harvest. You know, that's what it's all about. So as long as it's medicinally uh, beneficial, that's the main thing. But obviously, everybody is searching for a skunk that retains the smell post harvest, post cure, and you'll definitely find them. I've experienced all of them. You know, you'll get ones that are identical after 1 year as it was after 1 month. You know, it holds and retains the identical terpene profile throughout. And then you get others that will change. Like you'll find some that change radically, completely different. They'll be nice, but they'll be nothing like what they were, you know, um, straight after harvest. You know, once after maybe 3 weeks of drying, there'll be something different. And then you'll get other ones I've seen where you cut them, maybe they'll be less skunky at harvest, perhaps there'll be more burnt rubber, there'll be more lemon, something like that. One of the other terpene profiles mixed with the skunk will be more dominant at harvest. Then within a couple of days of chopping, like they go ridiculously hardcore skunk smelling, you know? So it's a funny little, I don't know, world, the terpene world, which, you know, I don't know exactly how it operates, but I've just seen all sorts. And so that's just what it is, man. I offer people the opportunity to find different skunks. And, you know, there's plenty of opportunity if you get a tip town ticket pack or two to find lots of different ones. And you'll find that one that suits what you're looking for ultimately, you know, because they are in the packs.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is wild how that changes the terp profile. A terps are just weird. You know, like how why does it
Yeah.
what like why does it do that? But whatever. Where was that? You know, like when I was growing it. You know, whatever. It's just wild.
There's so
But yeah,
much about tips that I love and that is mystifying. You know, I'm sure there'll be people out there that have got the scientific explanations allegedly, but fucking, I don't know. I think it's amazing how the plant, one type of plant, cannabis plant can have can smell like everything that exists practically. I think that's like a fucking real enigma. And also just how they change in individual plants while they're growing, like you mentioned, you know, they can smell one way in the morning and different in the afternoon. Definitely, I've seen that outdoors. Plants that be like real lemon in the morning and skunky in the afternoon, and then next morning there'd be lemon again, and it's weird. And I've seen stuff that is like really, really, really fucking potent, pungent skunk in veg, and then 2 weeks into flower, that'd disappear and it'd just be completely hazy, like zero skunk. And then at the end of flower, it'll come back. Really weird, you know. And then I've seen stuff that'd be harvested and it'd be, you know, stay skunk for a couple of weeks, then it'll lose the smell for a bit, and 1 month later it'll come back and then stay a skunk. Just so much fuckery with terps, you know.
yes, sir.
But for
But yeah,
sure, you're going to find a lot of diverse tips in this gene pool. That's what I love about it. That's what I love about this the tip town tickets. I do feel some like level of satisfaction with them in that I just put out so many tips that people have found and confirmed. You know.
absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely got to be exciting, and it is definitely every time I pop a pack of your stuff just to see, like you said, what's going to happen. Because I grow in living soil, so like you said, that those terp fluctuations can happen whenever. Like the eucalyptus skunk, it's like when you were asking me what's that smelling like, and I'm like, well, kind of skunky, not really eucalyptus, but recently it's been more eucalyptus and less skunk. And then it just kind of fluctuates on the day, like the time of the day I go down to the water varies about an hour, and that can sometimes play into it. But yeah, other than like just guessing, I don't really know, what causes that shit to go on. But it's pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Yeah, I hope you find that eucalyptus skunk is good medicine. Because I've found it fucking great medicine. You know,
Excellent,
really,
man.
really, just really, you know it's medicinal when you smoke it. You know, you can tell because obviously, you know, my breathing, thank God, is okay. So I don't. It's not like I need something that does that, but I can feel how it does that to me, and so I know it's going to benefit somebody that does have like COPD or breathing issues or whatever. You know, it definitely certainly opens up the airwaves. I can tell it's pain relieving and anti-inflammatory and some sedation there. You know, So even though, I'm not necessarily using it for medicinal purposes, you can tell it's super medicinal. And like the people that have run tests, they've always finding like CBD and other minor cannabinoids. So I'd love to see that eucalyptus skunk maybe have a COA ran on it, certificate of analysis, and see what it says. Also, like there's a few in the Medipack. I had a few that I created last season that all had like a eucalyptus aspect to them,
Yeah, didn't you have like a koala puke or something crazy?
Exactly, yeah. I did make that available on the menu to begin with, but I just put it in the Medipack because it was similar to the eucalyptus skunk and the eucalyptus haze, but it also had a very definite like vomit tip profile on, layered in with it, so it was distinct to them as well. Probably like a sister plant, I guess, but yeah, just like real vomit, like like sharp vomit and eucalyptus. So I put that in there. So I put a lot of all the eucalyptus stuff, basically the eucalyptus skunks, the eucalyptus hazes, and the koala puke. I put the meat skunk in there, so it's like a savory skunk. I put the citrus skunk in there. I put some other haze, like lime haze and lime piss haze, because again, I had one distinct lime haze and one that was, a very noticeable fucking like cat piss over it as well. Um, so I put those in there. The UB40 that had the red wine terps, I put that in there. I put 15 varieties all told. I put the traditional skunk haze in there, the haze dominant. I put that in there. So all in all, there was I put the blues funk and about 3 other varieties in there that have got different degrees of blueberry and just kind of like funk, I guess, is what the American terminology is. Just like a foulness, and a lot of fruit and foulness mixed together, blueberry and foulness in there. I had a few of those varieties. I just thought, oh fuck it, I'll just put them all in this Medipack. Um, so yeah, I've got about a huge amount of those seeds that we're actually Rich is going to be in receipt of them before too much longer. Some of them, and we're going to be making them available even cheaper in America because
Oh, that's awesome.
the postage will be less because we're already in the States. So yeah, it's just a really good pack of 15 different varieties all in one, basically. Um, and yeah, put there because the medicinal values really. When I smoked them, I could tell rather than just having just nice recreational aspects or a certain tip profile that's sought after in the market, whatever, they were just truly medicinal.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And that's something we need to get, especially into the hands of people here in the Midwest, man, is some medicinal weed, man. Because like you were saying earlier, it's all gelatos and cookies, this and that. And it's just like, man, come on. Do you have anything that tastes different, that does anything other than just a bland body high? Like, no? Okay. Let me turn you on to some real weed here. Check this out. Anything from mine, you know. It's just ridiculous. Like going into dispos, you can't find the you can maybe find a craft grower, like one expensive ass craft grower that has a decent old school strain, but they don't grow it that great, and it's overpriced and it's over THC, because they pay for that COA, like everybody. But it's just one of those things. Like if people were to home grow and then try out your gear and see what was really out there in the world, they probably wouldn't even go back to the shop to buy it, to pick up this boof ass weed you see people coming out of the shops with. So it's just anyway, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
so in
sorry,
terms,
Rich, go on.
yeah. So in terms of strength, you've never gotten anything from a dispo that is near, that's like high THC and actually stronger than this stuff, or you think all that's bullshit?
I'd say it's all bullshit because I've had some stuff that's comparable, but it's been like super duper infused this or that, and it
Yeah.
wasn't that good. You know what I mean? It was okay. It didn't taste that good. It was pretty hot, but yeah, it got you high, but it wasn't that long. It didn't last that long. I just feel like they overpaid for that shit high. So, I wouldn't buy it. But yeah, yeah. I mean, no is the short answer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a slow, hard uh endeavor to basically get people to understand that, you know, the old weed is better than the fucking new weed in very basic terms. You know what I mean? It lasts longer, makes you feel better, is more medicinal for people who are truly medicinal users. You know, it is. You know, if you're using it in RSO, I think it is definitely more beneficial to the patient, regardless of what they've got. If they're given a broader spectrum of cannabinoids and terpenes and all the other constituents of cannabis, rather than just THC and that kind of thing. You know. Uh, I'm sorry, I've lost my phrase a little bit there. Uh, Fucking, I forgot where I was going with that point. Fucking save me, Rich.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I mean that's kind of the main thing is like we're seeing the entourage effect more recently have more effect on your brain than actual THC itself, and you're building tolerance to THC
Oh yeah,
compared to like
sorry, my
all these
bad.
other, you know, microcannabinoids that might be within the stuff.
Yeah, that's where I was going with. I've lost my thread. It's like that's
Yeah,
the difficulty is trying to get people to understand it's more to just high THC. You know, something we constantly go on about, and the older stuff, although it might be technically on paper less potent, it's actually more potent. You know, it's going to make you feel better for longer. And that's a
yeah,
fact. That is the main difference. Everybody reports from sort of like Blue Skies Vienna stroke all timer one genetics compared to pretty much anything of this century. And again, I'm not going to say every single thing in that in every single tip town ticket is going to be absolutely phenomenal. That's not true. You're going to find mostly real good stuff, and you're going to find some exceptional stuff. You know, so it's worthwhile growing as many as you can to find the best. But the best of the old timer one gene pool will certainly get you more medicated for way longer and make you feel better and make you feel ways that if you haven't smoked anything before 2000, you probably didn't even know cannabis could do that. You know, there's a whole like literally new world of experiences to be had within that gene pool from old timer one that you're just not going to find elsewhere. You're definitely not going to find dispensaries. You're most really not going to find in anything created in the last 15 or 20 years, you know, at least.
Absolutely.
yeah, man.
So that's the main sort of thing that I've done really is just given people the opportunity to find really exceptional and unique and different things which you just certainly would not find. In fact, if I didn't put the old timer one gene pool out there, you're just not really going to find it anywhere else these days, you know,
Yeah,
because the guy did a lot of good selections and great selections himself as well, you know.
Absolutely. I'm grateful to be able to run that gear. I'm glad that you put that out and it didn't get lost or put into the hands of somebody, that we were talking about earlier, some nefarious characters.
Well, yeah, just to kind of reiterate that point, I don't know if I got cut off because we had a bit of bad connection earlier, but yeah, just to make that point again, that's what I want to do. That's what I seek to do is get as many different individuals on the earth owning these genetics whilst they're in their current unaltered state. You know, they've not been fucking one, they've not been patented by any fucking arsehole out there. Two, they've not been altered in any way. You know, these are pure, unadulterated medicine as it was meant to be. And I think everybody who's a serious grower or got any interest in cannabis, or even you've got to have a brain cell and think what is coming. You know, you need to protect the seeds. Already, so much had been lost, and that skunk was gone before I brought it back. All the old time one gene pools never available on any particular level before I put it out there. So not only is there's stuff that was lost, there's stuff that was just never even available to people because of the way old timer one was so private and kept himself to himself through prohibition, really, through living in the UK and it not being a legal place to operate. So he did phenomenally well on so many levels. He did it he amassed an incredible gene pool. He did phenomenal fucking selections. he left, a legacy in cannabis that was done, all under prohibition, real, the UK is not even like America. For by and large, unless you're rich, all the fucking houses are shit and tiny with small gardens. You can't do anything indoors or out on any level. So to do what he did is, you know, pretty remarkable. But anyway, yeah, that whole gene pool just wouldn't exist really if I hadn't put it out there. And that's what I want is as many people to take a piece of it, keep it, preserve it, in its current state before CRISPR and gene editing and GMOs and all this shit really gets a grip on cannabis because it started, So
Yeah, we'll wait to see what big pharmacies do with it, with the whole Schedule 3 flip.
I
It'll
don't
be
know about
very
that shit,
interesting.
man. Being in the UK too much, you have to tell me about it.
Yeah, so with moving it down to Federal 3, Blue, or if not Schedule 3, it makes it so if you want to, it makes it legal to sell weed federally, but you would need a DEA license, and most people that could acquire that are big pharma because it's like the same as ketamine now is the best way to put it. Like you would need a really solid license to produce and distribute ketamine to pharmacies. And yeah, weed would be sold at pharmacies and you would be able to pay for it with insurance and stuff like that. But it's probably going to be garbage weed if it's coming out of a pharmacy.
Yeah, Walgreens pre-rolls not going to be the thing, my man.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just fucked up. It's just not legal, is it? It's not fucking legal. Let's face it. Anywhere, I can't think of anywhere where it's fucking truly legal. Someone might be able to
Yeah, man.
mention somewhere, but where the fuck is it legal at the moment on Earth to? There's places where it's tolerated and it's not even fucking legal. There's places like Morocco where you
Yeah,
can grow what the fuck you want, really, if you're paying the fucking police, and it's that simple. Um, so you can actually grow what the fuck you want if you pay the police, and it's not really the amount either you pay them, but it's not much at all, really. But I'm saying even that, so there are places where technically I can go and do what the fuck I want, but nonetheless, there's a law against it still, really, technically as well. Technically, both sides of the fence. So,
Yeah, man.
so what I'm saying is, what I'm getting at is, where on earth can you just now go and just plant what the fuck you want on your property, as many as you can fit on your garden or in your house, without the fucking pigs coming along and giving you some form of shit for not having either a license or this, that, and the fucking other.
Yeah, man. It's all about you can't see it anywhere, and I think it's mostly because they're trying to monopolize the plant and juice all the money they can out of it. That's what it looks like,
Yeah,
at least.
100%.
and they're going to make it as difficult as possible for people to actually just produce real medicine at home for free.
Yep.
Yep, you probably have to have stupid, you'll actually have to have like a thing they check or whatever, like, oh, we got to scan your house and oh, you're over your plant count, bro. Some shit. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be just as bad, if not worse, as before. It's
Yeah,
federally.
or they pass some bullshit. Oh, we've got a fucking you've got to send a sample of the oil you make for your own cancer and your own use at home. You've got to send a sample of that for fucking state testing and approval first, or some bullshit. They're just, until it's like tomatoes, it's not fucking free and legal. Simple as that.
Exactly. Because nobody gives a shit
Yep.
how many tomatoes you plant. They don't care. They're like, yeah, go ahead and go wild. We don't care. We're making money over here. We don't care what you do, which is how it should be.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
everybody's winning at that point as far as tomatoes go, but everything else, like with weed, oh no.
No, no, and it has nothing to do with its actual with weed psychosis or any of the bullshit that they're putting up. And it has
Nah.
everything to do with them wanting to fucking monopolize it and
Yep.
juice as much taxes as they can out of it. Because
Yep.
they can't, if I'm your neighbor and I grow some weed and I sell it to you, you can't tax me, right? So the
Right.
government
It's just
can't tax me, so that pisses
yep.
them off.
Yeah, like freedom. What, bro? Nah, man. We're not down with that. Anyway.
Yeah, better run me my
So
check. I bet
yeah,
if they
bro. I
had a
need that
way,
cut, bro. Oh yeah. Oh
if they
yeah.
had a way to somehow tax us for home growing, it would probably all be legal.
Oh, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Like tomorrow, they'd be like, "Hell yeah, bro! We'll just add that. We'll take a percentage of all of your bills. We'll total that shit up, and we know how much you're growing because of this X amount of water. Da 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 on the and the electricity. Like come on, bro. You know how they could do it. They really wanted it, but they don't. Not till they figure out a way to get every last penny they possibly can.
Well, that's why we're going
Um,
cashless, That's
yep,
ultimately why
yep.
cashless society is going to fuck so many people that have been dependent on cash for so fucking long, especially in something like this, in certain areas
Hmm.
of America, it's a cash crop.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
and yeah, with crypto, if everything is digital and on the blockchain and there is no cash, and that's just it, there ain't no fucking cash, then yeah, there's going to be problems for a lot of people.
Yeah.
100%.
That's going to squeeze out all them, what they call themselves, the legacy growers all the fucking time, and Humboldt and stuff. What they mean is like people that's been making a living from cash selling the weeds that they've been growing for fucking decades, pretty much without too much hassle. Well, in more recent times anyway. But yeah, fucking anybody who's been fucking selling weed for cash is finished, aren't they?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
In the not too distant future, really, because full cashless society is not really going to be too far down the line. So I think that's the two reasons they kind of started legalizing weed everywhere. I think they one made it entirely shit and fucking very different from what it used to be. Because it's not just fucking skunk that changed, as it were, from back in the day. Yes, Sam destroyed skunk, but so many of things weren't necessarily changed, but were lost due to changing trends and the way trends were driven in the media, the cannabis media, to the detriment of preserving all the old range of effects. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
There's such
you can't even find something as common as Blue Dream back in the like a few years ago, like because they drove that away. Like, nah, bro, that ain't hitting like gelato, bro. We don't want that shit, homie. Nah, sativa, nah, bro, we on this shit, this bland ass indica. But yeah,
Yeah.
you can't even good luck finding a haze. Like they're not gonna grow that shit. Like, no way, bro. 12 plus weeks. Nah, man. Nah.
yeah.
But anyway,
No, that's exactly it, man. That's exactly it. So
And personally, I love Blue Dream. I don't give a fuck. People hate on that all day. It's just like blueberry haze. Like, come on, bro. It's fire. But whatever. You ain't gonna grow it. You ain't got it no more. Okay. You don't have nothing else either. It's just what I just said. A bunch of ice cream cake times gelato, reverse this way or the other way. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go somewhere else. I'll go back home. I'll go back home. I got better shit in my house. I'll be back. But
Straight
yeah,
up.
yeah,
it's just I don't know. It's one of those things. You can't educate somebody who wants to remain ignorant of that shit just because like they think, oh, I'm a legacy grower growing this shit. No, bro, you grow a tent and you sell that to your homies and it's some booth shit. But whatever. You can think that you're somebody, but they're just doing the same shit that dispos be doing, except on a worse level. They might be growing it slightly better, but it can't be that much better. It's not some old school
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. The bottleneck is really the genetics now
Yep.
compared to the growing method. Everybody could grow at least decently if they have a
Oh yeah.
basic understanding, but
Yeah. Yeah, if you got a YouTube, if you get on YouTube or peruse the internet a little bit, you should be able to grow. You know,
yeah.
it's not like back in the day where you had to have somebody basically hold your hand the whole way, like, okay, bro, now you do this. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But yeah, nowadays you should be able to pull off a decent harvest of some good shit. But yeah, it's just bottleneck with the genetics now. If we can get that out there and fix that, then I think before everything we're talking about and alluding to goes down, then I think we'd be winning. But yeah, hopefully, luck's on our side with that shit.
well, that's why I made, as I say, that's why I made the tip town tickets. But that, people understand them now more and they appreciate them more now than when I first put them out. But it was, a big gene pool sort of encapsulated in that pack, just to put it out there before, anybody or any entity that's nefarious can do anything nefarious with it, which is probably happening and going to happen. And I just encourage people to get a pack of Trip Town tickets, or even the Medi pack now, where it's got 15 different varieties in it, just so they've got a stash of untouched genetic material, you know, to keep and preserve on their level for as long as they can do, you know, because that's going to be the key. And what they don't want is a big fresh injection of new genetic material into the gene pool or into the community. You know, they've worked quite hard in fucking making everything, you know, into this cookies type shit, you know, and making everything bland and bullshit. But you know, there's a new gene pool to tap into now, and a lot of people have found really fucking unique and special things, you know.
Absolutely.
Well, I do appreciate you coming on the show, bro. We'll wrap it up pretty soon, so we're coming to the end of this recording session. Anything you'd like to say or mention before we wrap it up for today?
I'm just excited to see what comes of everything I've got popped and what I've got growing right now, and look forward to getting back to you on all that stuff, man. I really appreciate you having me on today.
No problem, man. If you come back on, how many weeks to harvest now?
Just started week 3, so about 7.5.
Okay, doke, cool. Well, yeah, man. After you've chopped them and they've had a little drying time, don't leave it too long. I like to hear about them fresh smoke reports.
Absolutely.
Come on and tell us how they finish, man. Get some pictures or videos we can add to the audio and visuals as well.
Absolutely. I'll definitely send you some.
All right, man. Thanks very much, Taylor. Appreciate not just you coming on today, but for supporting me from the start, man. Thanks very much.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, brother.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. Rich, we'll wrap it up there, and everybody will catch you on the next episode. Thanks for listening.